Hi, welcome to another episode of Wealth Beyond Numbers. I am your host, Dennis Coral. We continue with Patty Fuenzalida with Coral Gables Hypnosis. And today, Patty, I want to talk to you about what drives you crazy in the industry. What drives you crazy in your work? So let me give you an example. So, because I know you're maybe thinking traffic, but no, traffic in Miami. As we help clients in our practice, usually we remind clients of the deadline of April 15 when they have to make their IRA contributions or retirement contributions. So usually around April 14,
the chaos.
It's the chaos where my assistant and Jonathan and Melissa are like, we're getting these emails. The clients want to make a contribution the last day or the day before their last day, and that drives us a little crazy as a team. Yeah. But we can manage it,
of course.
But often, sometimes we advise clients when we work with them on budgets for them as they use their savings to live off. They, let's say we tell them we can only spend $5,000 a month because that's how much your investments are producing. Yeah. With your Social Security and pension, that should cover. But then 2 months later, a client says, "Oh, you know what, Dennis? I need $7,000 or I need $10,000," and that drives us a little crazy because then we need to make shifts on how we manage the money for our clients to make that happen.
Yeah,
and that can hinder them down the road. And although we explain it, it drives us a little crazy when clients don't follow our recommendations and advice, because at the end of the day, it hinders them.
Yeah.
Or it delays their goal of retiring sooner when they plan. Can you share some of the things that you find in your practice that drive you crazy, or that you find that are things that people should be aware that can even hinder in their growth or in their healing process or their progress?
Yeah, I don't know that there's that much that would drive me crazy with clients, because I feel like everybody's kind of going through their own process, but like as a business owner, I can tell you something that drives me insane, which is social media. Because I think we've had this conversation before that, like you're running a business, and like I love coaching people, and I love hearing their stories and hearing about their vision and coming up with ways to get them there. But then there's days where I just literally need to sit down and like put makeup on and record a reel and record a YouTube video and then edit it and then do all, and it's exhausting. Like that's not the thing that I want to be doing. I don't want to be doing marketing. I do it, and I don't like when I'm doing it, I feel fine, but I think if I could like magic wand something out of my business, or that it was like done by itself, would be that. Because seriously, like I want to just like talk to people.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to be out there, market yourself, but it has become a necessary evil. For sure. You could be the best hypnotherapist, the best coach therapist, the best of anything, and if you're not out there,
people need to be able to see you.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Like when I go to hire somebody or hire a service, I am checking the Google reviews, and the second place I'm checking is their Instagram account, because I want to see their face. Like, do I like their vibe? Is this somebody that I feel like I could have a relationship with? So like I'm totally aware that it's there. I just kind of feel like I wish I was cloned so I could have like another Patty do that, so I could focus on like finishing the books or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned in our prior episode that you're also certifying and doing coaches, that's what you're going to be focusing more in the next coming months. Why do you like coaching?
Because you see the results like immediately. Like, the story that you were telling about the client who had no idea, and then 3 years later, like she gets it. Like that stuff is amazing. Like you're coaching a couple that can't like even look at each other because they're so angry, and 3 weeks later they send you a text that we just had sex and we're so happy. Like that, those are the moments I'm like, yes, like we did it. We removed the obstacle that got you to whatever. Like that stuff is amazing. Seeing the results like really quickly, that's cool.
Yeah, especially in this day and age where people are fast results.
Yeah.
I think that your work can make an impact in very little time.
Yeah.
In the day and age where we're living, where people are so focused on immediate results, and sometimes it does. I think we should talk about that. I mean, when it comes to building a retirement, that does not happen overnight.
Right.
And although we like to be very efficient at what we do, we help clients, and we tell them sometimes in 3 months or 6 months we can already see a better picture. That better picture will take you to the next step and the next stage. And when you work with clients in their mind, sometimes depending on the level of their work, as I understand, that can take longer. So how do you keep people engaged, involved, and help them track their progress, especially when they're working with something that can take time to heal or fix or.
Yeah, I mean, you want to create metrics along the way. If we're working on confidence, like the overall picture is some end goal that's going to prove to you that you're confident, right? But between here and there, there's little micro moments that are going to show you that you're more confident. Like I have somebody right now that's working on emotional eating, right? So one of the difficulties that she wants to solve that problem. Okay, but one of the things that we've identified is that she won't eat in front of people.
Oh, wow.
Right? So one of her homework assignments was, all right, like go eat in front of people because that's going to build some but obviously we need to do some stuff before she can execute on that homework assignment. So the overall is building more confidence, but in the meantime, there's still micro moments that give you feedback that you're on the right, on the right path.
Do you also help clients in healing trauma?
Yeah, most of the time I do it alongside with a therapist because trauma is in hypnosis and in breath work. If you don't really know what you're doing, it can go sideways pretty quickly depending on the level of trauma. And I've seen, kidnapping cases, sexual assault, all kinds of things. But I like to work those in tandem with a therapist.
Okay. I've seen a trend of people as they get older that they have beginning of Alzheimer's and I myself find myself in the sandwich generation where I'm a father, so I help my son, and then also I have my parents that are alive. They're retired, but now I have to take care of both.
Yep.
And the mindset of helping both because they're mentally at a different stage is different. How do you coach individuals as they transition in life? How do you? And we're living such a different lives. Like you're a father, you're a professional, you're a son, you're a daughter, and there's so many hours in a day.
Yeah.
How do you work with clients like that they feel like they don't have enough time, or is that maybe harder for them to work with you because they just keep so busy lives that they may not have time?
I mean, most of my clients are pretty busy.
Yeah.
It's just that they're prioritizing some change. But you know what I love with busy people is boundaries. We say yes to a lot of things. Most of us say yes to a lot of things that we probably would benefit by saying no. And like learning to lean on other people, to depend on other people, to ask for help, to outsource. I think it's when people feel like they need to be in control, they tend not to do that. So they overburden themselves and they say yes a lot. And I think that for some of us, not everybody, but for some of us, this feeling of I don't have enough time is due to overburdening, lack of boundaries, trying to control everything.
I see. I guess I'm at fault at that because we'd like to say yes to everything that our clients need.
Well, most people have a really difficult time saying no, especially to loved ones. Like, how are you going to say no to your mom?
True.
Well, there's a way to do it. That's not like no, there's a way of doing it. But if you feel guilty, then the place that you need to work on is the guilt. Like, why do you feel guilty saying no? Like, you're prioritizing your son over your mom. Both matter, right? So you need to execute perhaps on both sides, but how can you win on the whole?
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's thank you. That's great advice. What if someone is not receptive? What if someone feels like they have a wall and they're no matter how much you want to work with them, they may be apprehensive, or they may have trust issues, or they may have self-limiting beliefs. What then?
Well, before I take on any client, I do a consultation for that reason. Like, I want to know if you're actually receptive. If the person is not willing to open up, not willing to take that step, it's not going to work. So they're going to be frustrated. I'm going to be frustrated. It's going to be a waste of time and money for everybody. So typically when I see that, I'll tell them, I don't think this is going to work, but if you're willing, I'm willing to give you some homework assignments, like go do these things. And then when that's complete, come back. Let's have another conversation, because sometimes people will come like, my wife sent me. That's like the biggest red flag for my wife sent me because she wants me to XYZ, right? And that's never going to be good if that's the only motivation. Like, we're not changing if that's your motivation. But if there's something underneath it that you value, then we can work with it.
That's something that would drive me crazy, but it doesn't drive you crazy. So you must be very patient.
I feel like I am.
Yeah.
I feel like I am.
Does being a mom help you be patient?
I'm patient with everybody except my kids for some reason. Maybe because they're always there. No, I don't know. Maybe. I think it's just I'm a Taurus. I think by nature I'm just really patient.
I see. Do you what's the thing when you work with your patients? I know you're transitioning to coaching. What was the most rewarding thing that you found that you really enjoy?
This is gonna sound so corny, but I honestly believe it's true. Like, when I work with somebody, like, I honestly, like, I fall in love with my clients, and I love getting to know people like that. Like, there's clients that I know things that, like, their spouses don't know, that their parents don't know. And I find it to be such an honor to receive that kind of communication from somebody who is giving it to you because they want to create something different. I don't remember what you asked me, but something in there.
No, it's true. It's
like I like to joke that, like, I love people, but I hate crowds, right? So, like, Miami drives me crazy because there's people everywhere, right? So, like, everywhere you go, you have to stand in line. But I love people. I love people like this, when you can talk to a person, like, really see what they're made of, see what they're afraid of, see the desires that they have for their own lives. Like, I think that's incredible. And to have somebody let me walk through the door, I'm so lucky.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Yeah.
It's having them become vulnerable. I think that's one of your skills that you have within you, that people can feel confident and being vulnerable themselves and expose open up, because that's the path for you to start making changes when you open up a little. And when you have that path of resistance, whether it's in your mind or your body, it's hard to make changes or progress, I find.
Yeah. I mean, I think all change comes from some desire to be more in love with life, more in love with yourself, more in love with the process, right? Because if not, what's a goal if it's not going to make you feel more open, like more fulfilled? And I think that all of that is really grounded in love. So,
Cool. Do you have any tips for anyone that is in that process or starting that process of working with their mindset and wanting to be better, that you want to share, that you think that are beneficial?
Yeah, for sure. If you're not sure where to start to shift your mindset, start with your emotions. Like, take like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to write down every emotion that you feel throughout the day. That's kind of impossible, but write down as much as you can and get to know where that emotion resides in your body. Like, if you're angry, what happens in your body? I get like hot, I clench my fist. Like, write that stuff down, because that's going to give you such insight as to what's going on with you. Most of the stuff that we do and think is subconscious. And if we start paying attention, because the emotions are the most obvious ones, write them down so that you can get to know, like, where is the mindset at? I would start there.
Okay, so start writing down, journaling your emotions.
Yep.
What other tips do you want to share that are also helpful?
Well, I've told you this 1,000 times over the 10 years that I've met you, that I've known you. Meditate.
Okay.
Make it a habit. It doesn't need to be 30 minutes lotus position. It can be 7 minutes. Go stare at the flame of a candle for 7 minutes. Just give yourself that time where it's just you, your breath, and try to get to see what's going on in there.
Okay.
Just meditate.
Take time to meditate.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you meditate yourself?
Mm-hmm.
How often do you meditate, and how long do you usually meditate when you do?
Honestly, not every day. I probably do 5-6 days a week. Sometimes it's 20 minutes. Sometimes it'll be like an hour. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends on what I'm doing.
You also have done videos that you can find on YouTube. So
Yeah.
someone that's looking to learn more about what you do or how you can help, they can find you on YouTube as well?
Yep. Everything is like my Instagram, my YouTube, everything is that/Patty Fuenzalida.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I've seen a couple of your videos, and I know you post pretty often.
Yeah.
So that goes against you don't love doing it, but you're doing it.
No, but I do it.
Yeah, but you do an amazing job
Thank
at
you.
your post. And for those of you who are watching, feel free to follow Patty Fuenzalida on YouTube or Instagram, and she provides great advice and great tools in the minutes and videos that you do. Do you also do videos on meditation as well?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
There's
great.
a lot on my YouTube.
Yes. Okay. I'll hopefully our audience will take a moment to see it, and if you want to learn more about her, please feel free to watch it. This was great, Patty. I wish we could stay here even longer, but I know we have to close it, and I really learned a lot. I hope that you also enjoy this time with me.
Thank you. No, it was great.
Thank you. And this concludes our episode with Patty Fuenzalida. This is Dennis Coral of Wealth Beyond Numbers. I hope you enjoyed this episode and stay tuned for more knowledge. And as we like to say at Coral Management, retirement and financial confidence starts here. Thank you.